Hey everyone, this is Zach, and today we are going to take a look at the 7-star Terra Greninja again. In about 8 hours from the time this video is releasing, Greninja will be live. Greninja is a 7-star raid with the Mighty Mark, and this will be the first time it is on a Switch game, which is really exciting. So here we see Protein and Battle Bond. We most certainly know that it's going to be Protein. It's not going to be Battle Bond because Battle Bond isn't even breedable, so they're definitely going to save that as a special event. You're probably never going to see it again, in all honesty. I don't know if they'll ever release Battle Bond Greninja again. But here are its stats: pretty fast mon, decent attack and special attack, and a lot of people are saying that it could be a mixed attacker, but everyone's kind of leaning on the special side. The reason why people think that it's going to be a physical attacker is because of Gunk Shot here, and I think it could also run Terra Blast and do just as well. So I think the moves you have to watch out for is Water Shuriken, Dark Pulse, Terra Poison, or Gunk Shot, and then Extra Sensory or maybe Blizzard. It does have an option for Grass Knot. If you're trying to run Gastron, you want to make sure that it doesn't have Grass Knot. And for its status moves, it has Taunt, Swords Dance, and Haze. Now, I do think it's going to be special, so I don't know if it's going to have Swords Dance. It could have Haze, which could deal with stored power and setup. So you might want to watch out for Haze. You can run Taunt on your Pokemon if you're worried about Haze. It has Taunt itself. I do think that its turn 0 move is going to be Taunt, because when we saw Greninja, we thought Azumarill was just going to eat it up, but it had Bulk Up in 4 slots, I think it was. So like all of its extra moves were just Bulk Up. It turned 0 bulked up. It bulked up like every other turn. I think Greninja's turn 0 move could be Taunt to stop setup, which would throw a lot of like people through a loop. It could also be Smokescreen or Double Team, because you know it is a ninja Pokemon, and that's what a lot of people on Twitter are worried about, that its turn 0 move is going to either lower our accuracy with Smokescreen or increase its evasion with Double Team. But today I'm going to talk about 5 Pokemon, kind of 6, that will be good for Greninja raids. I'm going to have a little bit on the offensive and the special attacking side, and then I'm going to have some support and some all-around Pokemon as well. They're not all mine, so if I use or show a Pokemon that was not created by me, I will give the creators credit. But we're going to jump into the team builder, and first off, this is my go-to. My go-to is going to be Lucario with Swords Dance, not Bulldoze. We're going to go Earthquake, Drain Punch, and Meteor Mash. Now, if you are worried about taking hits, you could switch the Shell Bell to Assault Vest and then switch Swords Dance to Bulldoze to lower its speed, and that's about it. Drain Punch does give you good recovery, but I don't want Drain Punch to be its only recovery. I really like Shell Bell. The Esperatha against Cinderace Shell Bell worked out really good. So let's take a look at some of the spreads here. We got Swords Dance doing 0, obviously. Earthquake doing 90 to 100% damage, so about 270 to 318 damage. Drain Punch is doing about 26 to 30%, so if you're getting like 25% of that back, you're gonna maybe like 28-ish back every time you hit it. And then Meteor Mash doing a really good amount with 181 through 214. Now, something I will note is that Meteor Mash is 90% accurate, so that's something you do have to factor in, is that you could miss the Meteor Mash. But the reason why I like Meteor Mash here is because you can just start getting +1s and just start racking them up if that happens. And as you can see, even at like +1, you're already doing a really good amount of damage. I will say right now that if you do plan on running Lucario, you should have a partner running Berserker with not battle armor, but Steely Spirits. What Steely Spirits does is that it multiplies itself and its steel type moves by 1.5. So you can get a +1 50% boost off of all steel type moves with Berserker. And the reason why I say this, because if we go back to that calc and we look at Lucario again, you put on Steely Spirits, and Steely Spirits is actually doing just slightly more than Earthquake at neutral. If you do the Meteor Mash, get the +1, you're starting to hit for some good damage. And remember, you have that Shell Bell, so you're getting some return on that. These stats here, these are the moves I'm worried about. Not really Night Slash, but more Acrobatics, Extrasensory, and Water Shuriken. All of the Water Shurikens you'll see on these calcs are for 5 hits. So this is just right off the bat. This isn't saying that no one's setting Lightscreen, no one's clicking Chilling Water. If people are clicking those moves, if people are supporting you well, you should be fine. That, like, they are decently high percentages, but if we go back to that and we look, and we see that someone clicked Lightscreen and someone clicked Chilling Water, those moves become like not a problem anymore. So back to the Berserker, you have Screech to lower the special defense, which helps out Greninja even more and physical attackers even more. You have Iron Head yourself to get some of that Steely Spirit boost. Chilling Water to keep its attack at bay. No, Chilling Water is attack. What drops special attack? I wanted something to drop special attack. Either way, Chilling Water is good to drop the attack if it is a mixed attacker. And then you just max out the HP and the special defense. And I do leftovers because I prefer having recovery on my raid mons. So if you look at this, you're always going to get this Steely Spirit. So the boost is already on there. So you do about 200 to 230 damage with Iron Head. Chilling Water doesn't do much. And one thing I want to note is that if you don't want to run Taunt, you can run Sunny Day. If you bring up the sun, Water Shuriken doesn't do much to anyone. Now granted, you won't always need that because there are other Pokemon here that handle the water attacks really well, but it's always an option, especially for those Lucario builds. And something I do want to note about Steely Spirit is that it stacks. So if you have 2 Berserkers on the field, you're going to get 2 boosts from Steely Spirit. So that would be the equivalent of this thing having Steely Spirits plus another one, and you're now in the 300 to 350 range for your support Berserker with 4 attack. Once again, let's go to the Lucario. Let's take a look. If you have Steely Spirits on the board, use Swords Dance, Berserker Screeches, your Meteor Mash turn 2 is doing 1,000 damage. Minimum 1,000 damage. And Earthquake just as much. But then Meteor Mash, like, you do have a chance to miss, but the next turn you could get a boost. You could be +3. So if you do 2 Swords Dance and 2 Screeches, if they both land, you're doing about 25, almost 3,000 damage from Meteor Mash. So that's if you do 2 Swords Dance and 2 Screeches. And like I said, Steely Spirits could stack. So you don't always have to run 2 Screeches. I do think the Berserker strat is kind of good now. So I would say like either Sunny Day or Taunt. Probably Taunt is better off the bat. That's going to be the default on my Berserker. Now with Klefki is our first mon that has a set built by someone else. Now, in my original video, I did suggest Klefki, and I thought that the whole stored power would be funny. And just for perspective, if you are running with a Berserker, say like you're the screen setter for that Berserker setup, you can always run Flash Cannon over Psychic to get a Steely Spirit boost, so that makes your Flash Cannon even stronger, and it will keep up with Psychic and Calm, like if you're Calm Minding. It won't keep up with stored power, but honestly, I don't think the stored power is a good try. Like, you're not doing that much damage, even if you are max special attack, so I don't think this is a good choice. But what I do think is Pkmncast, shout out to them. I'll have a link to their Twitter in the description, so you can check out these tweets yourself. They do awesome graphics, and they also did a video where they talked about the Greninja setup, which I believe the link for it is, yeah, right here. So if you want to check out their video to see what they have, check it out. Definitely. I do have 2 of their sets, but I do recommend that you watch their video. Their set is going to be the Lightscreen, Calm Mind, Psychic, and Thunder Wave. You're going to run Light Clay, and it's going to be max special defense, max HP. So if we look at that here, I removed Thunder Wave and replaced it with Flash Cannon just so you could see the same set with Steely Spirits. It's really hard to say that quickly. You are doing the exact same as Psychic. So if you start boosting up with Calm Mind, if you're +1/+1, like, it's a very minimal difference. It's literally 1 point. It's 1 hit point on some of the rolls. But if you go to +2, right, you're gonna start like 1 point off, 1 point off. +3, and at that point, like, Flash Cannon starts doing 1 point more. But anyways, the Light Screen, the Calm Mind, the Psychic, or the Flash Cannon is really good. If you're running a set team with Lucario and Berserker, I would say go Flash Cannon. If you are joining online raids with other people, go Psychic. But that's the damage with Light Screen. Without Light Screen, it doesn't take much of anything. The Steel Fairy is really good typing against Greninja, and that's not saying that anyone's hitting it with not Chilling Water, because Chilling Water lowers attack. In most cases, every team's going to need like a Light Screen setter, so make sure have one. The next Pokemon, there are 2 Clodsires. There's the Clodsire from Pkmncast, and then there's one that I kind of adapted to be a physical one if you wanted to run physical instead. I think that more people are going to be running the special setup. I do agree with Pkmncast that Acid Spray is really good, but this first one is Pkmncast. They suggest Assault Vest. I think you can go Black Sludge and Recover, but maybe Assault Vest might be good. We'll take a look at the calcs and you can decide for yourself. Acid Spray dropping the special defense by 2, and because it's an attacking move, it goes through the shield, so you can still drop its special attack when the shields are up, which is a really big benefit that most physical attackers don't get. So most people will be running special in this, which is why, like, I gave you options for Klefki. If you're running physical with the Berserker, you go Flash Cannon because you get more off of it. If you are going with other people, you go Psychic. And you can even drop Thunder Wave, like, if you really wanted to. But Earth Power, big boost, Chilling Water, and Recover. Clodsire doesn't take barely any poison damage. It doesn't take any real water shurikens because of water absorb. So my physical set basically takes the special attack, it switches the nature, and it switches the special attack for physical attack, and it goes Earthquake, Chilling Water, Zen Headbutt, Recover. You could also like Assault Vest this with Bulldoze if you really wanted to. Does it get Bulldoze? Yeah, it gets Bulldoze. So you can go Bulldoze with Assault Vest and still do really well. So if we take a look at this, Earth Power, Chilling Water, Mud Shot. With the Assault Vest, you're not really worried about anything. Your biggest threat is like the Ice Beam and Extra Sensory, and with the Assault Vest, you're only taking like 20%. So if someone brings up the Lightscreen, that damage goes down to the 30s and 40s, and you're gonna get half of that damage back in Black Sludge if you're running Black Sludge. But yeah, it's not going to do much damage. With the chance of it being mixed, you do have to watch out for things like Night Slash. But I wouldn't worry too much about that because you have the Chilling Water. So if it does have physical moves, you just start using Chilling Water a little more. And once Acid Spray comes out, like Clodsire starts doing really good damage. Like you hit it with one Acid Spray and your Earth Power is already doing like 300 to 400 damage. On the physical set is, I want to say like not as good, but if you have the Lightscreen, you're still taking a lot more damage from like the Gunk Shot and the Dark Pulse and stuff like that. But you have the Chilling Water for physical attacks like Gunk Shot, even though you don't have to worry about that. But like Night Slash, you have the Zen Headbutt, which Quagsire is super slow, so you don't have to worry about it flinching, but it is a super effective move. And if you are with the Berserker and they Screech and it's at -2, like Clodsire starts getting a lot of damage off. So as long as you have Lightscreen, like Lucario, like the physical set is going to be okay. Like you should be able to chip through it. You just got to make sure that you're keeping its stats at bay. And then my last set at an honorable mention is Gastron. So you can do Earth Power, Recover, Chilling Water, and Clear Smog. The reason why I have Clear Smog on here is because some people are worried about the smoke screen or the double team. If it does double team, if it does Sword Dance, anything like that, you can just hit it with a Clear Smog and it's going to drop the stats back down to 0. It doesn't do much damage, but it's still going to be worth something. You have Chilling Water as an option, you have Recover with Leftovers, and then you have Earth Power. Now the one good thing about Gastron is that Gastron naturally has a higher special attack. So you have to, like, if you want to run it like you would run a Clodsire, you are able to invest more into special defense, which only brings you off by like 8 stat points. Now if we look at Gastron here, we got the Chilling Water doing like 20 to 28%. That's not that big of a deal. Clear Smog is just doing chip. But then there's also Earth Power. Gastron has Storm Drain over Water Absorb, so it won't heal from it, but it could get +1. So if Greninja starts trying to hit you with a Water Shuriken, I don't think the AI is going to do that though. Like say you get a +1, like Earth Power is going to start doing a lot of good damage. And if someone on your team is hitting it with Acid Spray, like Acid Spray plus a +1, you're doing solid damage. But yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mons that you can pick from. Shouldn't be too bad to find a mon that you can train up really quick. I'll have the paste in the description. I'll also have Pkmncast link in the description so you can check out their video. But this is who I'm gonna run. I actually already have my 4 mons. Let's check out what I'm gonna run. All right, so I have 4 mons made for the situation because I will be streaming this as well. Hopefully I'll be streaming tonight. Make sure you check it out. But we're gonna be organizing raids in the Discord that I just started up this week. Make sure you go jump in if you want to. And I wanted to have more than 1 mon so I could play different roles if I need to, because honestly, like, everyone wants to be the big hitter, but sometimes like you need support. So I do suggest that you bring 2 of these mons. That way, if there's already enough big hitters or there's not enough support, like you can fill one of those roles. So make one that hits hard, and then make one that supports. That's my suggestion. So I do have the Shell Bell Justified Lucario. That's something else I forgot to mention about Lucario. If it gets hit by a dark type move like Dark Pulse or Night Slash, it is going to get an attack boost. So you could get free attack boost off of Greninja using dark type moves. Once again, I don't think it will be doing that. I think it'll be going more for Water Shuriken or Extra Sensory against this Lucario, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal. We got our Berserker. This is going to be the leftovers with Iron Head, Screech, Chilling Water, and Taunt. If I need to, I can change that taunt to Sunny Day. It all depends on what it's carrying. And I will say that if Greninja does have a turn 0 taunt, these support mons, you can put a Mental Herb on it. That way, the taunt does absolutely nothing, and you can still Screech, you can still Lightscreen, you can still do all that fun stuff. But you'll have to sacrifice your item. Next up is the Klefki, and I'm running the Psychic Thunderwave Calm Mind Lightscreen Klefki with Light Clay, and I got it shiny and like 30 eggs. I was so excited about that. And it was the right Terra, so I didn't have to put Terra Shards into it. But yeah, anyways, if you're worried about the turn 0 taunt, you can always do a Mental Herb. You can find out the first raid. The turn 0 move is always the same every single time. So if it goes for taunt, you have you'll just switch to the Mental Herb. If it's not taunt, if it's one of those smoke screens or double teams, you can just keep the Light Clay. Oh, another thing about Screech. Screech is 85% accuracy. So if you're worried about missing Screeches, you could always go Wide Lens, which is going to make it 93% accurate. So you're missing them less, but I think leftovers is fine. We have our Klefki, and then the special Clodsire. I have Black Sludge on mine because people should be setting Lightscreen. People should be dropping its attack. So hopefully I don't have to worry about that much. And if it is hitting me hard, I do have the recover. I do have the Black Sludge for some recovery, so hopefully people are just playing their role properly. But I wanted these 2 so I could jump into random raids, and then I wanted these 2 so if someone is following my Lucario, I can support them with the Berserker, or if someone made a Berserker, I can have my Lucario. It just all depends on what the party is using. These are the 4 mons that I'm using for Greninja. What are you using? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to join in on me doing some Greninja raids, make sure you like and subscribe. Either way, that's going to be all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helps you out. Make sure you check out Pkmncast in the description down below. But until tonight, I'm Zach, and we'll see everyone later.